What is going on, my fellow theorists? Welcome back to Theory Hammer. I am your host, the Kevbot of Imagination. Anyway, we're going to be taking a look at the new Deathwatch Codex. Is that what this is? Is this a Codex? I guess it's a Codex. We're going to take a look at the Deathwatch Codex today. I realized this came out a couple of days ago. I've been trying to stick to my release schedule for like these kinds of things where it's like a whole Codex review. So this is coming out today. But this did come out a few days ago, despite the fact that I've been going over all the new detachments. That I'm going to keep doing. So this is part of my normal release schedule. So if you like these videos, then thunderhammer that like and subscribe button, hit Nurgle's bell, make sure that you leave a comment, and check out our other videos, and then check out the other channel, where I do video game stuff and get angry. Alright, so I skimmed through this a little bit, and I feel like it's the same thing that we lost, with some different, different unit abilities and such, so tell me if I misspeak here, because I don't have the original one in front of me, but I feel like a lot of this is the same, so we're just going to go through it. We have kill teams. Each time an attack targets a kill team unit from your army that contains models with different toughness characteristics, until that attacking unit finishes making its attacks, use the toughness characteristic of the majority of the models in the unit when determining what result is required for the attack to successfully wound. If two or more toughnesses are tied for the majority, use the highest. This is something that we've seen in past editions when you could have like tougher characters lead units and stuff. You would use the majority unless they were the same, in which case you would use the highest. For the purposes of determining which models can embark within a transport model, kill team models follow the normal restrictions listed on the transport model. So this means that if you have like, I guess, aggressor type bodies, Gravis stuff, in a unit that just has like intercessor stuff, they're not going to be able to get into an impulsor, for example. So that's what we have for our kill teams. That doesn't seem like a great army rule, but yeah, that's what we get. We then have our detachment rule here. If your faction is Adeptus Astartes, you can use the Black Spear Task Force detachment rule. Here are the restrictions. Your army can include Adeptus Astartes Deathwatch units, but it cannot include any Adeptus Astartes units drawn from any other chapter. So, no the Lion, no Mephiston, no Guilliman. You can't take anything that actually has a chapter keyword in its datasheet. With the exception of Kill Team Cassius, see Legends, your army cannot include any Agents of the Imperium Deathwatch units, specifically the Deathwatch units. This means that you can still have Inquisitors, you can still have Assassins, you just can't have the Deathwatch units from that index because they have their own in here. Your army cannot include any of the following units: Assault Squad with jump packs. Is that even a thing anymore? An Attack Bike Squad, Devastator Squad, Land Speeder Storm, Relic Terminator Squad, Scout Bike Squad, Scout Sniper Squad, Tactical Squad, Terminator Assault Squad, and Terminator Squad. Okay, so a lot of these are Legends units, Assault Squads with jump packs, Attack Bikes, Land Speeder Storms, Relic Terminators, Scout Bike Squads. Those are all Legends units there. So maybe even just Scout Squad with Sniper Rifle. That also might be a Legends unit because you can just give them a sniper rifle now, just one. Anyway, we have mission tactics as our main detachment rule here, and I'm pretty sure that this didn't change. So, at the start of your command phase, you can select one mission tactic listed below. Until the start of your next command phase, that mission tactic is active, and its effects applied to all units from your army with that ability. Each mission tactic can only be selected once per battle. Now, notably, you can select. This is not a must select, like the there's a Sisters detachment, the one with all the Repentia. Forget what it's called. They have to choose theirs, and they have to choose them in a specific order, I think, even too. Then we have our Fervor tactics. While a mission tactic is active, weapons equipped by Adeptus Astartes units from your army have the Sustained Hits 1 ability. So that's our first one. We have the Malleus tactic, and that applies to your shooting in combat. We have the Malleus tactic. While this mission tactic is active, your equipped weapons have lethal hits. And then we have Purgation tactics, which is Purgatus. It gives you precision for shooting in combat. Each time you score a critical hit, notably. It's not just they just have precision all the time, because that would be pretty good. So that's what we get. These two are going to be your best ones. So for 2 turns of the game, you're going to be able to have Sustained Hits 1 or Lethal Hits. And that's kind of what you get. And then there's just a strat to put you into one, I believe. So let's take a look at the strats. Armor of Contempt. So moving on. Adaptive Tactics. I believe this is the one. For 1 CP, this is in your command phase. Up to 2 kill team units from your army, or 1 Adeptus Astartes unit from your army. For each unit targeted, select the Fervor, Malleus, or Purgatus tactics until the start of your next command phase. That mission tactic is active for your unit instead of any mission tactics that are active for your army. So, pretty cool. You can put up to 2 kill team units into sustained hits, which is probably going to be the one that you want most of the time. But lethal hits is also very viable. I don't know if you get Oath of the Moment because you have an actual army rule here. I'll have to double check on that. If you do get Oath of the Moment, having full rerolls with lethals or sustained, it just goes a long way. And so adaptive tactics, it's going to allow you to put at least 2 units into a specific, I'm just going to call it a doctrine, every turn. So that's pretty nice. We then have our iconic Hellfire rounds. 1 CP, your shooting phase, you target a kill team unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot until the end of the phase. Ranged weapons, excluding dev wound weapons. That's the same restriction that we saw like before 10th edition actually came out. They changed this because it was outrageous on bolters that have dev wounds, because anti-infantry 2+ would just make things delete. So, yeah, basically what you get here is anti-infantry 2+ and anti-monster 5+. And that's on all of your ranged weapons. It's not just your bolt guns, it's on everything. So that's pretty cool. I like this for things like the jump pack intercessors that have these assault storm bolters. That's really good. They have sustain 2. They could maybe be re-rolling hits if you have armor, or if you have Oath of the Moment. Assuming that you don't, though, you still have anti-infantry 2+ on those things. You have sustain 2. You have twin linked. You could maybe have lethal hits if that's the doctrine that you're in, and then anti-monster 5+, that with twin linked. That starts becoming pretty interesting, and you can actually put some monsters down with that. Your AP 1, 2 damage, and I think their datasheet ability is changed. They get +1 AP if they target like the closest thing. I think we'll get there in a little bit, but that's AP 2 if I'm right, with full rerolls to hit because they're twin linked on a 5-up. It's not bad. That's over a 55% chance to get a wound through for each of those shots. So the restriction here is that you cannot use the Kraken rounds or Dragonfire rounds on the same unit. Yeah. Well, maybe not. You cannot select any units that have already... Yeah, so it's specifically the units that you already used these on. You can't use them, Hellfire rounds on the same thing. Kraken rounds. So this is 1 CP in your shooting phase. You target a kill team unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot until the end of the phase. Improve the armor penetration characteristic of ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit by 1, and improve the range characteristic of those weapons by 6 inches. You can't target things that have been hit with Dragonfire or Hellfire if you use the stratagem on the unit. That's your restriction there. So, kind of going back to the assault bolters. Yeah, now they're AP 2 for sure. So, that's pretty nice to have. AP potentially 2 or 3. Twin linked heavy bolters with sustain 2, maybe with Oath, if you can still do that. That seems pretty cool. I don't know if you can get Oath, so let me know down below if Oath is something you can do. I'll have to check after the video is done. We then have our Dragonfire rounds. It's in your shooting phase. You target a kill team unit that's not been selected to shoot. Until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit have assault and ignores cover. So you can be advancing and shooting and basically getting +1 AP, because that's what ignores cover generally equates to. The restriction is like the same ones. You can't use the Kraken rounds or the Hellfire rounds on the same unit. But why, though? Is that really too overpowered? We then have our last one here, which is site-to-site teleportation. This is at the end of your opponent's fight phase. You target 2 kill team units from your army or a single Adeptus Astartes infantry unit from your army that are not within engagement range, and you remove those units from the battlefield and you place them back into strategic reserve. Until the end of your next movement phase, those models in those units that do not have the deep strike ability have the deep strike ability. So it picks up 2 units off the table and it gives them deep strike. That is an important aspect of this stratagem, and I doubt that this was here before, because I think we had something similar to this. Again, I don't have it up on the old index up here, but I'm pretty sure we had some sort of remove stuff from the battlefield ability in there. Whoa. Whoops. Now they're getting deep strike, so it lets you put them back on the battlefield anywhere that you want, over 9 inches away from an enemy unit. And that is pretty cool. So those are going to be our stratagems. I do like the Hellfire and the Kraken rounds a lot. Adaptive Tactics is going to allow you to get sustained hits or lethal hits on the units that need it if you've already used those for your army. Armor of Contempt is just a great stratagem. And this is also super good. So, overall, the only one that I really don't like very much is Dragonfire rounds. It's cool. You get assault and ignores cover, but I think it's outweighed by some of these other stratagems that we have. So far, I would say this is good. We then have our enhancements. Thief of Secrets, Adeptus Astartes model only, improve the strength, damage, and armor penetration characteristic of the bearer's melee weapons by 1. At the end of the fight phase, if one or more enemy models were destroyed as a result of a melee attack made by the bearer this phase until the end of the battle, improve the strength, damage, and armor penetration characteristic of the bearer's melee weapons by 2 instead. So, a Power Fist is now going to be Strength 9, Damage 3, and AP 3. So if you have a Thunder Hammer, similar thing there. Strength 9, AP 3, flat 3 damage with dev wounds. Great. And then if you kill something with him, it goes to Strength 10, AP 4, Damage 4. That's pretty cool. We have the Osseous Key next. I think that's how you say that. This is on a Watchmaster or a Tech Marine, strangely. At the start of your opponent's shooting phase, select one enemy vehicle, excluding Titanic units within 12 inches and visible to the bearer. At the start of your opponent's shooting phase. Okay. It's a little easier to get off in that case. That unit must take a leadership test. If it's passed until the end of the phase, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, subtract 1 from the hit roll. If it's failed, they're just not eligible to shoot. Pretty cool. It's not once a game, it's just in your opponent's shooting phase as long as you're within 12 inches, so actually getting it to happen generally will mean that your unit is going to go bye-bye next turn, but if it doesn't, you can use it a second time, and just making the -1 to hit and possibly not shooting at all, that's kind of got some novelty to it. I'm not sure how good it is, I'm not sure if you're going to take this, but it's pretty cool. We have the Beacon Angelus. Adeptus Astartes model only. Models in the bearer's unit have the deep strike ability. In addition, you can target the bearer's unit with the rapid ingress stratagem for 0 CP. This is very strong. This allows you to put deep strike on whatever it is that you need to be deep striking. And the fact that it can rapid ingress for free, that's very, very good. And I think that if you take like a Watchmaster on certain units, he has the command aura thing where he makes your CP cost less already. That unit can be deep striking for free. And now with rapid ingress, and then on your turn or on their turn, depending on what you need to do, you can have a free strat put on them. That's pretty good. We don't have the points up here. They are at the back of the index, so I'll go over those in just a second. Okay, cool. So we didn't find any viruses on my computer. That's pretty good. All right, so the Tome of the Ectoclades is going to be the last one here. Watchmaster or Captain model only once per battle. After you have selected your Oath of the Moment target, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, select a second enemy unit to be an Oath of the Moment target. Okay, so that answers my question. You do have Oath of the Moment still, and so I guess you have 2 army rules. You have your army rule for here, you have Oath of the Moment, and then you get your detachment rule. This is very good because this allows you to select a second unit and get full rerolls to hit against it with lethals or sustained hits. So that's just great. It's just great. It's probably going to be too expensive, but for what it does, it's very strong. And the turn that you need to use it, you're probably going to end up destroying that unit that you mark with Oath, because Oath applies for the whole phase or for the whole battle round. So, yeah, this doesn't have any restrictions there. It's just once per battle. After you select your Oath of the Moment target, you select a second one. So you have 2 Oath of the Moment targets for your entire turn and your opponent's entire turn. So this is shooting and combat, full rerolls to hit, sustained, lethal. Good stuff. I like it. Let's move on to our cool picture that blocks the cool picture. Oop, there we go. All right, so our Watchmaster is going to be our first character here. His datasheet's basically what you would expect. He's a captain. He does have a 2-up save, so move 6, toughness 4, 2-up, 4-up, 5 wounds, leadership 6, and OC of 1. He's got a spear thing. It's basically a guardian spear. 2 shots, strength 4, AP 1, 2 damage. Does not have assault, though. And then we have it in combat. It has lance, so +1 to wound. 6 attacks, a strength 6, AP 2, damage D3. Hitting on 2s, obviously. With lance. That's not bad. While this model is leading a unit, that unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it advanced or fell back. That is a pretty strong ability because it's multiple things. You can advance and shoot and charge, or you can fall back and shoot and charge. Very, very strong to have. And then once per battle round, 1 unit from your army with this ability can use it when it's targeted with a stratagem. If it does, reduce the cost of that stratagem by 1. So now we can have a unit with this guy who rapid ingresses for free with deep strike and then puts a second stratagem on the unit for potentially free. Pretty good stuff there. And then being able to advance and charge and fall back and shoot. Very, very good. Very, very good. All right, so no warrior options. He's just a Watchmaster. He does have the grenades keyword, and I'll try to point out any keywords that are relevant, but I'm not going to go over them every single time here. All right, so we got Watch Captain Artemis next. He moves 6, toughness 4 with a 3-up and a 4-up invul. 4 wounds, leadership 6, OC of 1. He's got a Hellfire Extremis, something like that. It's anti-infantry 4-up, dev wounds, ignores cover, and torrent. So it's going to be a flamer with dev wounds and anti-infantry 4-up. That's pretty interesting. Strength 4, AP 1, damage 1. I like it. I like it. You're probably looking at about 2 dev wounds on a target with that, which is not bad. Consistently, though, because you'll have 3.5 hits per shot. Call it 4. Half of 4 is 2. So, yeah. 2 dev wounds on a target is pretty cool. He does have Feel No Pain 6+, and Leader. He has Mission Tactics and Oath of the Moment. He has Tactical Instinct while he's leading a unit. Models in that unit have lethal hits. So you're going to get this already from your army rule, and potentially by using a stratagem to give stuff the same doctrines. So you give 2 kill team units a doctrine that your army doesn't currently have. So, not sure on that one. He then has Unstoppable Champion. The first time this model is destroyed, roll a d6 on a 2+, set it back up on the battlefield as close as possible to where it was destroyed and not within engagement range of any enemy units with a single wound remaining. Fuck that. Alright. He got no war gear options because he's just, special character guy. He does have grenades. Good. He can be attached to Deathwatch veterans and a Fortis kill team. Let's just real quick take a look at this guy. He can also be attached to Deathwatch veterans and a Fortis kill team. Okay, we then have our Deathwatch veterans. They're a Space Marine with OC of 2. So, move 6, toughness 4, 3-up save, 2 wounds, leadership 6, OC of 2. They've got a whole bunch of different weapons that they can take here. You have bolt guns, combi weapons, Deathwatch shotguns, which are 2 damage, so that's interesting. Frag cannons, I freaking love frag cannons. Blast, heavy, rapid fire D3, strength 7, AP 2, it's just funny. You then have Infernus heavy bolters, pretty good. Heavy and sustained hits 1, or you can do a flamer from it, which is ignores cover and torrent. So yeah, I like that a lot. Stalker pattern, these are not the same weapon, just to be clear. And then we have our Stalker pattern bolt guns, heavy and precision. At least I don't think these are the same thing. I guess we'll get there. 24 inches. Oh, no, it is because it's 2 different profiles. Sorry, that is one weapon with 2 different profiles. So interesting there. We have our Stalker pattern bolt gun, whatever. Strength 4 AP1, 2 damage. Nothing too crazy there. For melee weapons, we have Black Shield blades, which are twin linked, basically a power sword. 4 attacks hitting on 3, strength 5 AP2, 1 damage. Close combat weapons, we have a Deathwatch Thunderhammer. This thing is 3 attacks hitting on 4, strength 10. AP2 and a flat 3 damage, so that's pretty nice, especially when it has sustained hits and full rerolls from Oath of the Moment. That's pretty good. We have our basic power weapon, which is just less attacks with our Black Shield blade and without twin linked. Damn it, sorry about that. And then our Xenophase blade, dev wounds, 4 attacks, strength 5, AP2, 1 damage. So, pretty cool. We then have Death to the Alien as our detachment, or our datasheet ability. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack, you reroll a hit roll of 1. If the target of the attack does not have the Imperium or Chaos keywords, you can reroll the hit roll instead. So they don't necessarily need to have Oath of Moment. So these guys can be going after something that you didn't select as your Oath target. They can still be benefiting from getting those sustained or lethal hits if you chose those things with full rerolls. So that's pretty cool. And then you have a Sturdy Shield as a war gear option. Most likely just like the Sergeant or something takes that. Gives them a 4-up invuln. Now, we have a whole ton of different things we can do here. For every 5 models in the unit, 2 dudes can have their bolt gun and power weapon replaced with one of the following. Before we go into that, though, let me go over the unit composition just so that we understand what we are replacing. Every model is equipped with a bolt gun and a power weapon. That's what we got. We can replace those 2 per 5 for a close combat weapon and an Astartes shield, or for a power weapon and an Astartes shield. So basically, you're replacing your bolt gun with the Astartes shield in that case. This is kind of strange. So like, bolt gun and power replaced with one of the following: 1 bolt gun, 1 Astartes shield, 1 close combat weapon. So I guess if you want to keep your bolt gun, you can drop your power weapon. Not sure why you'd want to do that. For every 5 models in the unit, 2 models can have their bolt gun and power weapon replaced with 1 Deathwatch Thunderhammer. So you can have 4 of those in a 10-man unit. That's 12 attacks at strength 10, AP2, flat 3 damage with dev wounds, probably with sustained, and with full rerolls to hit. Pretty cool. For every 5 models in the unit, up to 2 models can have their bolt gun and power weapon replaced with 1 Deathwatch shotgun and 1 close combat weapon. For every 5 in the unit, 1 model can have its bolt gun and power weapon replaced with a frag cannon and a close combat weapon. For every 5 models in the unit, 1 model can have its bolt gun and power weapon replaced with 1 Infernus heavy bolter and 1 close combat weapon. 1 model in the Bears unit, I'm going to struggle here. We're going to have to do this for every single datasheet. 1 model's bolt gun and power weapon can be replaced with 1 black shield blades. Okay, so 1 guy can get that. The Deathwatch Sergeant's power weapon can be replaced with a Xenophase blade. Not sure why you wouldn't do that, it just gives you dev wounds. The Watch Sergeant's bolt gun can be replaced with a combi weapon. We did it. You can take them in units of 5 to 10. And if a character from your army could be attached to Stern Guard veteran, it can be attached to this unit instead. Okay. So that's going to be our Deathwatch veterans. I like them, depending on how many points they are. They do have the grenades keyword, which is nice. And they have the battle line keyword, which is also nice. So pretty hardcore battle line unit there. We then have our Deathwatch Terminators. They're Terminators. Toughness 5, 5-inch move, 2 up, 4 up with 3 wounds, leadership 6, and OC of 1. They have access to assault cannons, cyclone missile launchers, heavy flamers, plasma cannons, which you don't normally see on Terminator squads, but you have access to plasma cannons, and then of course your Storm Bolter. For melee, they're Chain Fist. That's what I'd expect there. So 3 attacks, strength 8 AP 2 damage. Power Fists, 3 attacks but hitting on 3s without anti-vehicle. Same thing there. So strength 8 AP 2 damage. Power Weapon, 4 attacks and strength 5 AP 2. Thunderhammer, 3 attacks hitting on 4s, strength 8 AP 2 damage. And then Twin Lightning Claws, 5 attacks, strength 5 AP 2 1 damage with Twin Linked. So they have Deep Strike, they have their Mission Tactics, and they have Oath of the Moment. They have the Terminatus Assault. You can reroll charge rolls made for this unit. Each time this unit ends a charge move, each enemy unit within engagement range of this unit must take a Battle Shock test. If that enemy unit does not have the Imperium or Chaos keyword, you subtract 1 from the test. I don't like it, but that's what they get. Teleport Homer, this is the same thing that we see on every single Terminator unit. So you put down a Teleport Homer anywhere on the battlefield, not within your opponent's deployment zone, and then once per battle, you can target this unit with the Rapid Ingress stratagem for 0 CP. But when resolving it, you must be set up within 3 inches of the token and not within 9 inches of 1 or more enemy units. So you got to place your token right in order to use this, but yeah, you get a free Rapid Ingress with that. For our options here, up to 3 Deathwatch Terminators can have their Storm Bolter replaced with either an Assault Cannon, Heavy Flame, or Plasma Cannon, or a Cyclone Missile Launcher and 1 Storm Bolter. So that's pretty crazy. You can actually have 3 Terminators with Cyclone Missile Launchers on them, which I feel like you do that. Any number of models can have their Power Fist and Storm Bolter replaced with one of the following. Don't. Well, maybe do. Any number of models can have their Power Fist and Storm Bolter replaced with one of the following. Yeah, okay. So you just can't do it to the Cyclone Missile Launcher guy, because that model's Storm Bolter cannot be replaced. But if you have other dudes in the squad that have their Power Fist and their Storm Bolter, you can give them Thunder Hammers and Storm Shields, give them Chain Fist, Lightning Claws, whatever you want. There are units of 5 to 10, like you'd expect. They all have a Power Fist and a Storm Bolter, which I probably should have gone over first, but they're Terminators, so they're generally equipped the same way as all other Terminators. And then if a character from your army with the leader ability can be attached to a Terminator squad, it can be attached to this unit instead. Alright. Corvus Blackstar. This is going to be our flyer. 20-inch move, toughness 10 with a 3-up save, 14 wounds, leadership 6, and an OC of 0. It has a whole bunch of different weapon options here. You've got a Blackstar rocket launcher. It's a D6 plus 1 shot, strength 5 AP 0, 1 damage. Everything's hitting on 3s. It's got a 30-inch range. You then have a Hurricane Bolter, rapid fire 6, twin linked. 6 shots normally, strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage at 24 inches, so you're rapid firing within 12. You then have a Storm Strike missile, and I think it comes with 2 of these, 48 inches with just a single shot, so 2 total because it has 2. Strength 10, AP 2, and a flat 3 damage. You can also get a Twin Assault Cannon, which I think goes where these las cannons are. Strength 6, AP 0, 1 damage, but with Twin Linked and Dev Wounds, that is actually not a bad weapon. Then we have our Twin Las Cannon, just a single shot though, strength 12, AP 3, D6 plus 1 damage, but with Twin Linked. So, those are its weapons. It does have Deadly Demise D6, so it kind of goes boom. It hovers, so you can keep this thing on the table, and it also has Stealth, which is, I don't think it had Stealth before, but maybe it did, I don't remember. But now it definitely has Stealth. Then it has its Cluster Launcher. Each time it moves over an enemy unit, so specifically in normal move, you can select an enemy unit that it moved over, roll 6d6. For each 5+, they suffer a mortal wound. That's kind of cool. You have your Auspex Array, which gives you ignores cover for all the ranged weapons that you have. You then have your Infernum Halo Launcher, which I think you have to pick one or the other here. Can I get this to go away? You can either pick one or the other. Having the smoke keyword is probably not as useful as having ignores cover, especially when you already have stealth. So, just some food for thought. It does become damaged, and it's -1 to hit if it has 1 to 5 wounds remaining. This model's, alright, so this is what it comes with. It comes with the 2 rocket launchers, the Black Star rocket launchers, a twin assault cannon, and then its armored hull. This model's twin assault cannon can become a twin las cannon. You probably do that. It's only a single shot, but it's probably better, just generally speaking. This model's 2 Black Star rocket launchers can be replaced with 2 Storm Strike missile launchers. I think that's actually what the Strength 10 ones are, the Storm Strikes. This model can be equipped with a Hurricane Bolter. You just do that. This model can be equipped with one of the following, and you're going to give it the Auspex Array so that it ignores cover with everything, because that's basically +1 AP. It can transport 12 dudes, which have to be infantry or kill team models. Each jump pack, Gravis, or Terminator takes up the space of 2. Each Centurion takes up the space of 3. This does have our detachment ability as well, so this will have sustained hits or lethal hits. Alright, next we have our Talon Strike kill team. Look, yeah, so these are jump pack guys, so kill team heavy intercessors with jump packs, that's just a fancy way of saying Inceptors. They move 10, they're toughness 6 with a 3-up save, 3 wounds, leadership 6, and OC 1. If you're just taking the basic bitches, they move 12, they're toughness 4, have a 3-up save, 2 wounds, leadership 6, and OC of 1. We'll get to what they're composed of in a moment. Let's just go over their weapons. So we have the Assault Bolters. These are the things I was talking about in the beginning. Assault, pistol, sustained hits 2, twin linked, because fuck you. I forgot that these were only 18 inches, so now they would go up to 24 inches if you gave them the Dragon Fire rounds? Kraken rounds? Maybe it's the Kraken rounds? I think it's the Kraken rounds. Kraken rounds puts them up to 24 inches and +1 AP, so that's pretty nice. Hand flamers, you know, strength 3 flamer, D6 shots, ignores cover torrent, heavy bolt pistol, who cares? Plasma exterminators, this is going to be the other option for your assault bolters. You can either swap those out with your plasma exterminators. Those have 2 different profiles. You're most likely going to overcharge them, and they're going to be strength 8, AP 3, flat 3 damage with assault, pistol, I always forget they have pistol, and twin link. So they are rerolling wounds, and that's a pretty good profile to be rerolling wounds on. AP 3 and flat 3, 2 shots apiece no matter which profile you're using. Yeah, that's pretty good. We then have our plasma pistols, same deal, they overcharge. You guys should probably know what those do if you play 40k. They're all over the place, and they are always the same, unless they're misprinted. For melee, we have chain swords, which probably going to be going on your regular intercessors with jump packs. Close combat weapons, power fists, and power weapons. Nothing any different here. I mean, all of our strengths and AP and damage is the same. Our attacks might vary sometimes, but these look to be about average. And everything's hitting on 3s, combat and shooting. The whole unit has Deep Strike, they have Mission Tactics and Oath of the Moment, and then they have Talon Strike Doctrines. Each time this unit is set up on the battlefield until the end of the turn, yeah, this is what I thought, improve the armor penetration characteristic of weapons equipped by models in that unit by 1. So, it's until the end of the turn. So they come down, they get +1 AP for their shooting and their melee. Otherwise, you can choose for melee weapons, improve the armor penetration of just weapons by 1. Otherwise, your melee weapons can have lance, which is also pretty good. You're going to build them a little differently, but I think this is just flatly better. Having +1 armor penetration just all the time, shooting, combat, both of them, it's probably going to end up going further than just having lance and not getting anything for your ranged weapons. So, let's look at what they actually get. Let's go over their composition first, because you can max out at 10 models. You have a kill team sergeant with a jump pack all the time. You must take at least 2 of the intercessors with jump packs. You can then take up to 5 heavy intercessors with jump packs. Every kill team sergeant is equipped with a heavy bolt pistol and an Astartes chain sword. Every intercessor with jump pack is equipped with a heavy bolt pistol and an Astartes chain sword. And then every kill team heavy intercessor with a jump pack has assault bolters and a close combat weapon. So these are very interesting to me. When you come down and you're +2 AP with a whole bunch of guns that have sustained hits 2, lethal hits, Oath of the Moment, like, and twin links, like, shit just dies. It just dies. This is a really strong unit, depending on the points cost. I'll have to make that caveat since they're not on screen. Our weapon options are that the kill team sergeant with the jump pack can replace its heavy bolt pistol with one of the following: hand flamer or a plasma pistol. Probably a hand flamer, right? The kill team sergeant with jump pack can replace its Astartes chainsword with one of the following. You're going to take a power fist. And then for every 5 models in the unit, one model can replace its heavy bolt pistol with a plasma pistol. And then any number of models can each have their assault bolters replaced with one plasma exterminator. Those can become AP 5. Okay? That's crazy. With sustained hits or lethal hits, because you just tack that on because of your detachment rule, bro. Yeah. This has the kill team keyword. So if you have 2 of these units, you can do stuff with 2 units at the same time for some of the stratagems. You can give 2 units a different doctrine. So, yeah, this is a pretty good unit right off the bat. And, the points depending, but pretty damn good unit. You're probably just going to take like 3 dudes plus, well, you'll take more than that. You'll take 5 dudes because the points are stupid in this edition. So you're going to take 1 guy, 1 sergeant, 4 dudes, and then 5 of these heavy intercessors with jump packs. Yeah. This is going to get out of hand real quick. If you take 5-man units, you can take 2 of the guys with jump packs and then have the other stuff in there. They're just not going to get as much out of that. So, yeah, I'm thinking that big units of these things are going to absolutely crush stuff. You come down with 10 plasma shots with Oath of the Moment and sustained hits that just... You get like 10 hits at that point. They're all twin linked at like AP 5 if you need them to be. And they just melt stuff because they're 3 damage apiece. The assault bolters are probably better on these because they're probably just better, just mathematically speaking, because they already come with the sustained hits too. They have more shots off the bat. You can then be giving them lethal hits with your detachment. Yeah, AP3, yeah, twin linked, like it's all just, wow, that's really, really good. But how good? I don't know. Let's move on to the Fortis kill team. 6-inch move, toughness 4, 3-up save, 2 wounds, leadership 6, OC 2. They have basically the same weapons, but not quite. So they have a Castellan launcher, which is going to be the same thing that we see on the Desolation squads from Space Marines, the 200-point unit for 5 guys that is awful. Yeah, that unit. They were really dumb at one point, but now their points are way too expensive to actually be worth taking. But yeah, this is a Castellan launcher. You can take those. I think that's what they have at least. Deathwatch bolt rifle, yeah, fine. Heavy bolt pistols, plasma incinerators, so that's pretty good. Cause that's the same thing that your Hellblasters get. You then can get Pyroblasters or a Superfrag rocket launcher. Yeah, these are definitely just everything together. For combat, we've got our basic stuff, so we've got our chainsword, close combat weapon, then power fist probably on the sergeants, or power weapon, or maybe even a thunderhammer if you're feeling it spicy. Then they have the Fortis Doctrine. So they do have mission tactics. They have both of the moment. They have the Fortis Doctrine. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack that targets a unit below starting strength, add 1 to the hit roll. If the attack targets a unit below half strength, add 1 to the hit roll and add 1 to the wound roll. I'm not a huge fan of these. You do a little bit of damage to 1 unit and then now it's just overkill, If it's below starting strength, +1 to hit, that's not bad. But if it's below half strength, you don't need +1 to hit and wound probably. So, just not my favorite ability there. These guys do have a ton of options. The unit composition maxes at 10 models, like the one above. You have to take a sergeant, and then you have to take at least 2 of the kill team intercessors. You can then have 0 to 4 intercessors with plasma cannon things, the plasma incinerators. 0 to 4 kill team intercessors with heavy bolt pistols. 0 to 4 kill team intercessors with pyroblasters. 0 to 2 kill team intercessors with superfrag rockets. I'm gonna die. The kill team sergeant and every kill team intercessor is equipped with a Deathwatch bolt rifle, close combat weapon, and a bolt pistol. Every kill team intercessor with a plasma incinerator is equipped with a plasma incinerator, a bolt pistol, and a close combat weapon. Every kill team intercessor with heavy bolt pistol is equipped with a heavy bolt pistol and an Astartes chainsword. Every kill team intercessor with a pyroblaster is equipped with a bolt pistol, pyroblaster, close combat weapon. Every kill team intercessor with a superfrag rocket launcher is equipped with a bolt pistol, a Castellan launcher, and a superfrag rocket launcher, and a close combat weapon. Can't forget that. Okay, so For our options, the Kill Team Sergeant can replace its Deathwatch bolt rifle with one of the following: a chainsword, a hand flamer, a plasma pistol, or a power weapon. The profile for this weapon can be found in the Deathwatch armory card. Okay, that's going to be way at the bottom, I'm pretty sure. The Kill Team Sergeant can replace its close combat weapon with one of the following: a Astartes chainsword. Okay, so this replaces his pistol, well, his bolt rifle, and this replaces his close combat weapon. Either you get a chainsword, a power fist, a thunderhammer, or a power weapon. For every 5 models in the unit, one model one model equipped with a Deathwatch bolt rifle can be equipped with an Astartes grenade launcher. I'm gonna get through this. One model equipped with a plasma incinerator can replace its bolt pistol with a plasma pistol. Sure. One model can replace its Superfrag rocket launcher with a Vengor launcher. Okay. And then only one can do that. Any number of models can replace their Superfrag rocket launcher with a Supercrack rocket launcher. Okay. If a character from your army can be attached to an intercessor squad, it can be attached to this unit instead. They do have the grenades keyword. Let's just go back up real quick. So assault intercessors with jump packs is what your character can lead here. So an assault intercessor guy with a jump pack can be attached to these. I'm pretty sure that a captain with a jump pack can be attached to an assault intercessor squad with jump packs. I'm almost positive. So that seems good. Oh my god. That's very, very good. Let's just continue on with the Indomitor kill team, because we're actually almost at the end here. I'm not sure how long this is. Let me just check. Way too long. Holy crap. Okay, Indomitor kill team. 5-inch move, toughness 6, 3 up save, 3 wounds, leadership 6, 1 OC. They're your heavy intercessors with your aggressors. They're kind of just put together here, and your what are they called? Not eliminators. Eradicators. This is so much to remember. All right, so that's basically what this unit is. It's just a mix of your eradicators, your aggressors, and your heavy intercessors. Jesus Christ. So you have your auto bolt storm gauntlets. Those are your twin linked guns. That's what this guy has on the model here. They're just a bolt gun. They're 3 shots, but they have twin linked, so they're rerolling their wounds. Pistols, Deathwatch, heavy bolt rifle, assault, heavy lethal hits. So AP2, 2 damage with 2 shots. Not the worst weapon out there. Deathwatch heavy bolter, assault, heavy lethal hits, and sustained 1. It's 3 damage flat, so it's a heavy bolter with all this other shit tacked on. That's 3 damage flat. It's not bad. Frag Storm Grenade Launcher, that's what's up here on this guy, on this model. D6 shots, strength 4, AP0, 1 damage, 18-inch range. We then have our Flame Storm Gauntlets, which annoyingly replaces your frag on top as well. But they're Ignores Cover, Torrent, Twin Linked, D6 plus 1 shots, strength 4, AP1, damage 1. I'm sorry, AP0, damage 1. Then we have our Melter Rifle. That's what we got on our Eradicators. 18-inch range, 1 shot at strength 9, AP4, but D6 damage and Melta 2. Or you can take the Multi-Melta, which is just a good weapon. Heavy, and... I didn't know this was heavy. Is that normally heavy? Is the Melter Rifle normally heavy? The Multi-Melta is heavy, and Melta 2, 2 shots, same profile. But it does hit on 4s, notably. Strength 9, AP4, D6 damage. We then have abilities. We have got our Mission Tactics and Oath of the Moment. We have our Indomitor Doctrines. Each time this model makes a ranged attack that targets the closest eligible target or makes a melee attack in a turn in which it made a charge move, improve the strength characteristic by 2. Okay, so I forgot about these guys. That's nuts. That's nuts. Each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack that targets the closest eligible target or makes a melee attack in a turn in which it made a charge move, it gets both of these at once. It has Strength 6 Bolt Storm Gauntlets that are twin linked, or it has Strength 6 Flamers that are twin linked. Its Deathwatch Heavy Bolter becomes Strength 7, AP2, flat 3 damage with 3 shots, sustained hits and lethal hits just tacked in there. This dumb thing becomes Strength 7, AP2, 2 damage with assault and lethal. Your Melter Rifles, yeah, those become Strength 11, which is good because that's better than Strength 10. Your Multi-Melta becomes Strength 11. It's wounding things on 3s now. Really, really good. Then you charge into combat with your Power Fists. Those all become Strength 10. AP2, damage 2 with Twin Linked, because that's what we got down here. Twin Power Fists. 3 attacks normally, on 3s of course, because that's what we do. Strength 8 AP2, 2 damage. That goes to Strength 10 AP2, 2 damage when you make a charge move, after you shot a bunch of Strength 6 Flamers at them. So that's pretty good. And remember that you have sustained hits and stuff, so if you are taking your auto bolt storm gauntlets, they're twin linked with sustained hits. You have both at the moment, so you get to reroll all of your hits against something. You just put out a ton of fire on something. You have strength 6 blast weapons on each one of these guys. Like, what is happening right now? So very, very good unit, points depending. Let's take a look at their ability, or their war gear options next. Unit composition, 10 models max. You have to take 3 to 10 heavy intercessors. You can then take up to 3 not jump pack, intercessors with power fists. I don't know how many times I've misspoken here, but I'm just rolling with it. We then can take up to 3 heavy intercessors with melta rifles. Just call them eradicators, man. Just call them aggressors and call them eradicators, for fuck's sake. Makes my life so much harder. Okay, but that's what we get here. So you're going to take 4 dudes, and then you're going to take 3 of these and 3 of these. They're just awesome. That's 4 melta shots. Well, let's see what they can take first before I get a little ahead of myself. I was going to say it's 4 melta shots to strength 11. That's so many blast and assault bolter shots to strength 6 if you're targeting the closest thing. Ugh, jeez. Okay, so for every 5 models in the unit, 1 model can replace its Deathwatch heavy bolt rifle with a Deathwatch heavy bolter. You just do. 1 model can replace its melta rifle with a multi-melta. Any number of models can each have their flame storm gauntlets replaced with 1 auto bolt storm gauntlet and a frag storm grenade launcher. I think that's better probably. Strength 6 on all that stuff. Like, the flamers are cool, but they're only AP 0. So if they were AP 1, there might be an argument to be made there, but the amount of shots that you're going to get from your auto bolt storm gauntlets and your blasty frag storm grenade launcher thing being at strength 6, it just sounds gross. So I didn't go over what they're actually equipped with, but they're equipped with the same things that eradicators, aggressors, and heavy intercessors are equipped with, because that's what this unit is. Then we have our Spectrus kill team next. Do we have any cool grenades or anything? They have grenades. They've got grenades. This unit has grenades. I don't think aggressors have grenades normally. Our Spectrus kill team is going to be the next one. They're a Space Marine profile, just OC1. So they have bolt pistols, bolt sniper rifles, Deathwatch bolt carbines. None of this is really all that interesting. Deathwatch marksman bolt carbine, heavy lethal hits, 2 shots, strength 5 AP 1, damage 1. Oculus bolt carbine, Deathwatch 1. It's different somehow. It's got assault, it's got ignores cover, it has lethal hits, it's strength 5 AP 1, damage 1 with 2 shots. Instigator bolt carbine, strength 4 AP 2, 2 damage with a single shot. A las fusel, you say. Strength 9 AP 3, D6 damage. Are they normally D6 damage? I thought they were flat 3 damage. They might be D6 damage normally. Cool. 1 shot at that with basically like a las cannon type thing. And then a special issue bolt pistol. Pistol and precision. Strength 4 AP 1, 1 damage. For combat, we have close combat weapons. We have combat knives, which are a precision weapon that I don't think we've seen yet. So 4 attacks, strength 4 AP 1, damage 1, hitting on 3s. And then paired combat blades. These will have sustained hits 1 built in, with only 3 attacks, strength 4 AP 1, 1 damage. Okay. They have infiltrators. They have scout 6 inches. That's really good. They have both infiltrators and scout 6 inches. This is something that regular scouts have. So basically you put them on the middle of the table and then you just scout them off the objective. Or if you're going first, you just move them up and get in people's way. Or you don't do any of those things and just hide them somewhere. Having both of these is very, very strong. Infiltrators and scout, very good. Mission tactics, Oath of the Moment, Spectrus doctrines. At the end of your opponent's turn, if this unit is more than 6 inches away from all enemy units, you can remove it from the battlefield and place it into strategic reserve. Okay. I don't hate that at all. It's basically a scout squad. It's going to be more expensive than a scout squad, probably like double the points, but more durable and has weapons that can maybe actually do some damage to stuff with your las fusel, and we'll get there in a sec, but okay. For our war gear abilities, we can get a Helix Gauntlet, give us a 6-up Feel No Pain for the unit. You can have an Infiltrator Comms Ray. Each time you target the bear's unit with a strat, on a d6 of 5+, you gain a CP back. Instigator Bolt Carbine, wow. In your shooting phase, after the bearer has shot, the bearer's unit can make a normal move. If it does, until the end of the turn, the bearer's unit is not eligible to declare a charge. What? This is what the Eliminators have. They kind of have it built in if you take an Instigator Bolt Carbine, but like this isn't that unit. This is a big unit of stuff that can be move, shoot, moving. All right, I'm a lot more interested in this now. So you have 3 to 10 kill team infiltrators. You can have up to 3 infiltrators with bolt sniper rifles. You can have up to 4 infiltrators with Oculus Bolt carbines. You can have up to 4 infiltrators with combat knives. And again, you max at 10 models here. Every kill team infiltrator is equipped with a Deathwatch marksman bolt carbine, close combat weapon, and a bolt pistol. Every kill team infiltrator with a bolt sniper rifle is equipped with a bolt pistol, bolt sniper rifle, and a close combat weapon. Every kill team infiltrator with Deathwatch Oculus Bolt Carbine is equipped with a bolt pistol, Deathwatch Oculus Bolt Carbine, and paired combat blades. I'm almost there. Every kill team infiltrator with a combat knife is equipped with a special issue bolt pistol and a combat knife. Okay, so for war gear options, one model equipped with a Deathwatch Marksman Bolt Carbine can be equipped with one of the following: Helix Gauntlet or an Infiltrator Comms Array. Okay. So you can only take one of those, it looks like. One model equipped with that can be equipped with one of these. One model can replace its bolt sniper rifle with an Instigator Bolt Carbine. Any number of models can replace their bolt sniper rifles with one las Fusel. Any number of models can replace their combat knives with one Deathwatch Bolt Carbine and one close combat weapon. If a character from your army with the leader ability can be attached to an infiltrator squad, it can be attached to this unit instead. If this unit has a leader attached to it during the declare battles step formation, the leader unit gains the infiltrator and scout 6 inches ability. This unit might be cracked because the what's it called? The psyker, the Phobos psyker guy, he makes what he's attached to a lone op. This is interesting because now it's a lone op. It moves up, it shoots some stuff, and then it moves back behind cover or just moves away, and it's a lone op, so you can't deal with it. This is interesting. They do have grenades. Okay, so let me just double check something real quick. Okay, so there's specific ones. Okay, so you can only get 3 las fusils. For a second, I thought you could be rocking 9 las fusils in this unit with a Instigator Bolt Carbine and just be like, yeah, 9 las cannons down the range there, and then I'm gonna move them behind cover, I'm a lone op, and then I'm just gonna jump up at the end of your turn. Like, the fuck? That is not the case. You're gonna be shooting them with 3 las fusils, and then some other cool stuff, but this unit is very interesting. Very interesting. This unit is very, very strong. It's got a lot of utility. Scout 6 inches, infiltrators, gives it to the character that's leading it. The character gives them lone op. They can move, shoot, move. They can jump off the table. And they can get las fusils and some other cool stuff. And have a 6-up feel no pain. Yeah, that seems like a really good unit. So, damn. Then we have our armory, which just tells you the different weapons. Some kill team models can be equipped with one or more of the weapon profiles that are not listed on the datasheet, and they're listed here. Okay. So we then have our points costs. The Corvus Blackstar is only 180 points? That can't be right. That thing's good for 180 points. It's got stealth, mortal wound stuff that it flies over, carries stuff. It's got okay weapons, ignores cover, has access to Oath of the Moment, and sustain hits, lethal hits, or precision. Doesn't seem bad for 180 points. I believe the Tome of the Ectoclades is the one that gives us a second Oath of the Moment target here. So that's pretty good. How many points is this? Yeah. That's not even that many. So for 270 points, because that's how many points the character will cost you, 70 points, you can have one of these Spectrus kill teams. Oh my, and you have to take 10 models. That's really interesting. They're all kind of like that too. This is funny. That's funny. This is funny. Although, not as funny as this. I don't care as much that these become strength 6 for shooting and strength 10 in melee. This has so many shots. It's 15 shots with sustained 2 against your oath target. It's gonna with lethals then. At AP 3 on a 24-inch range with twin linked. Nuts. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Okay, well, that's going to be our Deathwatch Codex. Is that the right word? This isn't just an index anymore. This is now a Codex. This is very, very good, actually. It's great. There's so much cool stuff that these kill teams can now do. The only one that I didn't like, I think, was the Fortis kill team. That was the one that gets like +1 to hit if you're below starting strength, +1 to hit and wound if you're below half. It's not really a useful ability. But yeah, being +2 strength for your shooting and combat, that's really good. +1 AP, that's really good. What was the other one? Being able to just jump off the table, be a lone op, scout 6 inches, infiltrators, that's really good. So overall, I'm actually pretty impressed with this, to be completely honest. I think this has some really good things going on. Yeah, the Tome of the Astroclades is the one that we want there. Beacon and Jealous. How many points was that? 25. That's fine. That's good. You get Deep Strike and you can Rapid Ingress for free. Wait, is that a once per battle? Hang on, let's double check something real quick while we're here. This. That is not once per battle. So, just so that we understand how this can work. This combined with this seems good because you can bring this unit up into the skies after, so you bring it down for free. You give it something with a Watchmaster because he makes the strat cost less. So now he comes in for free, makes 2 things free basically. Then you can bring him up. He comes back down for free because of this. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. I like it. I like this detachment. I like this Codex a lot. This cannot be a Codex, right? Because there's only one detachment in here. Is that really a Codex? But that's going to do it, I think. I'm going to have to sit down and really think about this. I have so much to think about now with all these new detachments and stuff. There's just a whole bunch of stuff. If you guys haven't seen my detachment videos, go check them out. Some of the detachments that we've been getting are pretty bad. Some of them are awesome. Specifically, I think the Grey Knight one is really good. I think the Custodes one is pretty good. I'm not sure if it's better than, like, the one that gives you either crits on 5s or +1 AP. But it's good. It's thematic and it's fun. It lets your Dreadnoughts actually do something. So that's pretty cool. The AdMech one is really strong, and the Necron one is just absolutely busted beyond all belief. So, alright, that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you liked it, thunderhammer the like and subscribe button, hit Nurgle's bell, check out our other videos, leave a comment, check out the other channel. I would like it if you did those things, but you don't have to. Who gives a shit, right? Who cares? You guys are awesome either way if you made it to the end here. So, theory hard, and I will see you back at the lab.